Hi everyone, welcome to RPA Explorers channel.
I hope everyone are doing good, and in today's video we are going to see about launch recorder, which is basically how you can record your automation without building it. So recording your automation, which will give you a set of actions which you can customize it according to your requirement. So let's see how you can do this. Okay, so first step is to go to this launch recorder, which is under the design panel. So this is my project which is called test, where I can see this option called launch recorder enabled. So you see that it is enabled. So I also have another project in which I do not have this launch recorder option available. So first let's go to the documentation and let's understand what exactly is required for the launch recorder option. So this is the official documentation by Snow. So it's basically that whichever application you use, I mean whichever browser, it could be Edge, Firefox, Internet Explorer or Chrome, make sure that you have the respective extension enabled. So like here I'm gonna use this Edge, so I already have my extension enabled. If you do not have this, here you will be getting an option to add it as well. Okay, and then they have given certain steps like the prerequisite and steps that you have to set the maximize your browser level to 100, I mean to the full percentage, which is 100. And in case you have any console window, that you have to close it and you have to wait for the complete page. So these things that they are like a prerequisites which you should taken care before you start your recording, and they have given the procedure to start it. And here if you see that there is an important note that if the UAC plugin is unavailable or it is removed from the automation project, it is grayed out in the RPA Design Desktop Studio. So this is a first thing where we have this connector called Universal Application Connector, this option. Whereas on the other hand, I do not have an option, and instead I have something called Chromium, and here I not have that option, right? So make sure that you are installing this universal application connector to use it. So our first step is done, and let's go to the documentation and we'll follow the procedure. So we just have to go to the design tab and launch it. So once it is launched, you will be seeing something on your right side, like I mean some rectangular or vertical window. On there you have to do certain options, and also you could customize it, and under that you have all the elements which you can do it. So once action is done, you can stop it and you can preview the recording before you can continue as well. So this is how they have explained. Let's see how you can do this. Okay, and the reason they want us to have this universal connector is it is going to use the universal connector objects which is from the global object in order to achieve this launch recorder option. So first just click on this launch recorder, and then you will be seeing this vertical window. Okay, basically it says that start recording, and you can leave the recorded steps, and in case that you need any help, you just click on it, and this is to exit from the recorder window. So I'm going to use this particular application, which is Orange HRM Live, and the same application I have used it in my previous video where I shown how you can launch to the application using a JavaScript. So we're going to use the same application, but instead of JavaScript, we are going to achieve it through launch record, which is basically by universal application connector. So let's click on start recorder. So once you are in the actual page, click on start recorder. So it just takes some time to get the elements on the page. So once the elements are fetched, you will be seeing this highlighted box which is in blue, and also along with that you could see some options. So like just do a control wherever you want to capture it, and then you can click on this arrow. You can see few components like get text, clicks and keys, double click, focus and so on. These are some mandatory. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the so let me refresh the page, log out. So this is how the page looks when it is launched for the first time. I have to type in my username. So go to the username, highlight the box, do a control, and whatever you want to do it over here, like you want to go with set text, assign keys, or here there are two options, whether you can set your text or you can like send keys. So I'm going with this send keys, and then let's typing the username, which is admin. Okay, we'll typing, and now you can leave your control key. So the moment you select your actual component, you can leave it. So now I have, okay, it should be, let me cancel it, as this is send keys. Okay, let me record it and let's see. And also this is not mandatory that here itself you have to give the exact username or your exact value. You could also give some dummy, and then you can later on edit it on your code. So let's click on record. So once you click on record, it will be typing in the value on the respective field. And then next is to, I'll close it, and next is to set the password. So I'm going with send keys. So now the password is admin123, and I'm going to record it. So this is typing it, and next is to click on this login button, and also based on the field you select, it automatically is defined what element it is. So this is a submit button, which is like a click. I'll click this, and here you see that we have 3 recorded steps. So let's click on it, and first was send keys, and second is also on the password. Click submit to, okay. And if you see here, when we highlighted the box, it was actually set text, but here it is send keys, right? So make sure that you correctly select your input and then start typing your value. So I just want to do only these 3 steps. And also in case you want to delete any steps, you could also delete it. So let's delete this, and you will be like getting this prompt, and then you can re-add it. So we have 3 recorded option. Okay, so, and also in case you feel that this should be dragged to the different position, you could also do by going, like you have this drag and drop option as well. And I'm going to click on this save recording. So once you click save, you have to give the respective activity name. So let's say this is going to be my launch recorder demo. And if you want to save it to the new global object, you could also do this with the global name, or you can also save it to the existing name. So let me save it with the same name as the recorder name, and then let's save it. So once you click on save, automatically it move back to the studio, and you'll be able to see the actual activity name. So let's go to the global object and let's search for the one. This is the launch record demo. So this is basically a universal application connector. So instead of we go to the screen element and then adding the respective methods, launch recorder will automatically do those steps for us, and we can do the modifications accordingly. So for example, if I go to the configure option, here you could have all the same options which you see for universal application connector. So I'm not going to change anything, let it with the default one. Let's click on done now. So now it just, as it mentioned in the pre-request, we have to wait for the complete page to be loaded. So it was mentioned over here, yeah, wait for the web page to completely load. So for that we have this one, which is wait for, let me, okay, and then what it is doing is like it's making a decision whether the page is loaded or not. And also you could change the properties like the timeout. If you want to wait for some time before it execute, you could also do that. And then it's just sending the keys. And if you feel that you want to replace this send keys with another method, just like by going into the respective input field, and you can replace it with whatever field you want. So and then it is typing the password, submitting the button, and finally it just connected to the end component. So this is when the application is already logged in, but in real time we have to launch the application, right? For which I'm just going to start my application with universal application connector start. So let's choose the application type. So it's a edge based application, and let's provide the path, my start parameter. So after I started, I want to start my application, and then I want to wait for it. So, and also you could do this option to maximize it. Let's see. Okay, we have this maximize, which is one of the prerequisites. So maximizing the window and also making sure that it is zoomed into 100%. It's basically that it should be on the same zoom level when you record it. Okay, now I'm going to close this. Let's run this now. Okay, so this is launching the application and it should type the username and the password. Okay, and then it should click on login. So this is working now. So if you have noticed that by default we have that option which is set text for both input and password, but I have replaced the set text with send keys, right? So let me show you over the send keys as well. So let's see the results. For the input, let's replace with set text and the value is admin, and similarly we'll do it for the password. Okay, now I'm going to close this and launch it. Okay, so this should be not from input, this should be from the password. So let's take the password. Okay, and let's close the application and launch it again. Okay, so it basically typed in both, but even after setting the key, the cursor point is on the username. So when it is typing, clicking on login, it is basically getting failed. So just to show you guys clearly, I'm going to close it. Okay, so here I type the admin and username, and if you see the cursor point is on the username, which is after typing the admin. Let's click on login. So that's the issue. So basically this application behaves something different. So let me type in admin 123. So now my cursor is on the password, so let's click on login. So this time it worked perfectly fine. So basically set text doesn't work something with your cursor. It's just like copying and pasting of the text. So just typing the username and password, and the cursor was still on the same position where it was in the beginning, right? So that was the reason that it failed, even though with the correct username and password. So we'll just quickly run it again. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. So it actually failed. It's because that we have the cursor name. But in real time it should work either by set text or by set keys with the additional properties. But here, as for some reason, it's not working. So I have replaced that with my send keys options. And also send keys, you just have the same properties. Okay, so depends upon your requirement and application, you could go with it, but I always suggest to go with a send keys, which is kind of slower than set text, but it will give you the exact result on the actual field. And also you have this property that if you want to clear an existing value before you write your actual value, you can also set the value to be true. So yes, this is about the launch recorder, and like based on your requirement you can actually adjust the sequence or the activity which you get from the recorder and modify your values accordingly. And I hope you guys find this video useful. In case, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video till then. Thank you.